those mosquitoes are not infected, but so we've come up with a few new things. Mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
All right, Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations to those who elect. And what you just seen, man, was a clear example, or a clear, audio into the brain of these Edomites, man. You know, that's how they really feel about you. All right. And what is the Edomite? Well, it's a person that goes back, all right, their bloodline, their lineage, goes back to a man named Edom, Esau, all right? Esau, the forefather of the so-called white race, all right? It's majority of you so-called white people go back to Edomites, all right? Just like majority of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, go back to a man named Jacob who had his name changed to Israel. All right. So, but with that being said, man, there's been a constant generational, feud. All right, with Jacob and Esau, and who you just seen, Bill Gates, is an Edomite, and all these people in the crowd are Edomites. And I want to do a video on this because, things like this show you how they really feel about you. Because who was he clearly talking about? Who do you think the poor is talking about, man? All right, it's talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who he thinks about when he makes a statement like that. And the fact that he laughed and the whole crowd laughed should show you that these people are, sadistic, right? Sadistic demons, man. They get off to watching people suffer, and they don't care about you, man. Talking about mosquitoes flying around the poor, and they shouldn't be the only ones to experience that. That's a demonic statement. That's a wicked ass statement to say that, no hesitation. You know what I'm saying? That should show you the mindset of these devils, man. And I was just reading, and it made me think of a few scriptures. All right, and the first one I'm gonna get is Proverbs 17:5. It says, "Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished." All right, and the first part of that, "Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker," that's case in point Esau, man, constantly mocking the poor, as you see, he just did right there, and they do it daily. All right, best believe that these Edomites, all right, these elite bankers, constantly making fun of us, man. And they have their secret council. They look down on us in their head. They just don't say it. Just because someone smiles in your face, may donate millions of dollars, all right, don't mean they can't be a wicked, man. That's what a lot of you Jake got to understand, is that the word devil means deceiver in the first place. So you're supposed to be looking for their tricks and their cunning ways, And these so-called white people, majority of them are the devil, man. And they don't care about you. Like I said, whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker. I'm going to look up that word reproach. It's not loading for some reason. All right. Reproach. Reproach, it says the Hebrew word is what is that? I'm not sure about that last one. Charaf. I believe it's like I'm gonna verify this really very quickly. All right, for that word reproach right there. Just make sure I got it. Make sure I got it right. All right. So the Hebrew word for reproach is charap, right? Yeah, I was pretty sure that was a pa. All right, but it's charap. All right, charap, and it says to reproach, to taunt, to blaspheme, to defy. It says to taunt, to winter. All right. To taunt, to blaspheme, defy, to jeopardize, to rail, to upbraid. All right. But to taunt hits the point right here. All right. Whoso mocketh the poor, Esau always mocking the poor, reproach or taunts his maker. You know, because you're mocking, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. You know, being the maker, the Most High Yahweh, by way of Yahweh Shai. All right. Made everything, and you're mocking him, essentially you're taunting him by mocking the poor, because you can be in that same place, you can be in that same position quickly. The scriptures say the Lord, bringeth, the Lord lifteth up, and he brings down, man, so you don't have a right to mock the poor, because you're making fun of them as if nothing can happen to you, and essentially that's taunting the Most High. That's provoking the Lord, man. Because you never want to, get complacent in a position you're in, and let that get to your head. Let that make you cocky, prideful. Like the scriptures say, pride is the beginning of destruction. All right, let me get that really fast. So like I quoted that wrong, because it's Proverbs 18 and pride not the beginning of destruction, but Proverbs 16 and 18. It says pride goeth before destruction, right, and an haughty spirit before downfall, and that hits the point as well. All right. Going into, taunting the poor, because that's a haughty, meaning a prideful, a high spirit. That's a prideful spirit. And that's going to go, you do all that just to be destroyed, man, just to be put in the lowest state, which you Edomites very soon, all right? You elite, none of y'all, all the nation of Esau, of Edom, is going to be in the lowest state, all right? Soon, man, in the kingdom of heaven, The tables are going to turn, all right? We're the ones being oppressed now, but y'all are going to be the ones oppressed, all right, in the kingdom of heaven. But let me go back to Proverbs 17 and 5. It says, whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his maker, all right? And like I said, we just seen a clear example of Bill Gates doing that, all right? It says, and he that is glad at calamity shall not be unpunished. All right, now, what does that make me think of? All right, he that is glad at calamities. Now, I was looking, let's see if I still have it going back here. Yeah, it says Prince Philip. It says, all right, this is when he died, it's a while ago, but it says, soon after, many people on social media began to reshare an old Prince Philip quote in which he says that after he dies, he would like to reincarnate as a deadly virus to help solve the issue of overpopulation. And when you look at this man right here, all right, this is a Edomite, man. And this is who we're reading about in the scriptures. What sane human, individual would say that when they die, they want to be reincarnated as a deadly virus, right? That's insanity, man. And that should show you that these people aren't right. All right. Majority of you so-called white people, you Edomites, are the wicked. And y'all are glad at calamities. So that's why I said, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. And as you see, that man got punished, whether it was a sacrifice or not. All right, he got punished. And he's clearly glad at calamities if he wanted to be reincarnated as a deadly virus. Right? And that hits the point on this next precept I'm about to get. Because he said he would do it to solve overpopulation. All right. Now, as you notice, Esau always tries to come, with some lie. Basically, he always tries to come with something that may seem good for you. He always may try to mask his wickedness, in a good deed. Right. That's what he always tries to do. With this whole with this whole juice that they're giving out. You know what I'm saying? They tried to. They're making it so that people get incentives for doing this. Giving people money, free donuts, free wings. Giving you the job if you have it. They always try to bring something so-called good with it, try to mask their wickedness, all right, in a good deed. But you got to remember who we're dealing with, man. It's the devil. And the word devil means deceiver in the first place. So whenever they come at you with something, you should always be looking. You should always have your eye open, to be looking for the tricks up their sleeve, because that's what they're good at. That's what they do. All right. Now, this is Psalms 5. Psalms 5 and 10. It says, "Destroy thou them, O power. Let them fall by their own counsels. Cast them out in the multitude of their transgressions, for they have rebelled against thee." It's like that wasn't the verse I wanted. Verse 9. It says, "For there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue." But the point is, there is no faithfulness in their mouth. So there's no hope in America. There's no faithfulness in the words that Esau gives you. All right. Nothing they say do they keep. Just like what they did with the Native Americans, right, with Gad, they broke every single treaty they made. So there's no faithfulness in their words. So everything they say that's good for you is bad for you. And everything they say that's bad for you is good for you. That's why the scriptures say, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay." They turn everything and they make everything that's right seem bad. All right. And everything that's bad seem good. But when I go into that word inward part, it says quarab, and it says midst, among, inner, physical sense. All right. In the Strongs, it says the nearest part, the center, welter. But it says especially with preposition, among, before, bowels, unto, charge, eat up the heart. So that's how you know. It says their inward part is very wickedness. And we know the heart, majority of the times when you read the word heart in the Bible, it's the Hebrew word la'ab, which means mind. So it's talking about the mind. So their inward part is their mind is very wickedness. Meaning it's just full of wickedness. It's never good. As you see, Bill Gates said that with a straight smile on his face. but that was a evil saying, and that's how all these Edomites are. That's why you can't believe anything they say, man. Never believe what an Edomite says, or what these elites say, because their inward part is very wickedness. It says their throat is an open sepulchre. They flatter with their tongue. All right. And that sepulchre is where they bury people at, like a grave, like a graveyard, basically representing death, meaning everything that Esau says ultimately leads back to death, man. All right. They flatter with their tongue, They're constantly flattering you, trying to butter you up. That's why the scriptures say in Sirach 12, though they go crouching. You know, you got to learn the characteristics of an Edomite, man, of a wicked person. It's full of deceit and lies. You know, this is gonna be the last one, and I'm gonna end it. You know, Sirach 34 and 22, it says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him," and Esau is constantly doing that to us. Because you know what the scriptures say, man, that the chief things of life, you know, water, bread, food, you know, a home, all right, a roof for shelter. Esau has constantly polluted those, man. So that he's taking away our living by doing that, all right? Constantly pollutes the food we eat, the air we breathe, you know? It says, "And he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder." You know, and Esau will deny you a job just by being dark-skinned, man, you know, just by being a Jake. You know, but hey, you know, these are scriptures, you know, to show you the characteristic of Esau, man, and what goes on in their mind. You know, should show you what goes on in their mind, man. You know, actually, real quick, you know, just one we always get, Psalms 50. Man, I haven't gotten this in a while. Psalms. All right. So, like, give me one moment. It's like right there. I know it. I'm gonna be annoyed. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was Psalms 55 and it was 21. I should have just kept scrolling. It says, Psalms 55 and 21, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter." You know, and that's how you know an Israelite, right, made this book. You know, who says that, man? Smoother than butter? These are Israelites, man. King David was an Israelite. But anyways, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter, you know, and that's how Esau will come at you, with smooth words, right? Words that sound good and, you know, enticing words. But war was in his heart. And like I said earlier, all right, that word for heart is la'ab. All right. As you can see, that word for heart is la'ab, which means inner man, inner part. And that's what we read in the other verse. All right, their inner part. All right. This goes to show you it's talking about their mind. But war was in his mind. So war is constantly in Esau's mind. Death and how different ways he can bring death and destruction is in his mind, man. So that's why you shouldn't trust him. And for damn sure, if they say they got something good for you, all right, something good for you for free, all right. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's what's soon about to happen, you know, in America. All right, the state of America is going to be a state of war. You know, Esau is about to show you how he truly feels, man. You know, he's going to take off the mask and reveal that devilish grin that they always got hiding in their mind, man, in their head. Verse 22, it says, "Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved." You know, but so, hey, that was a good precept to end it on. You know, ultimately, all we have to do is cast our burden, meaning rely on the Lord. You know, you get heavy thoughts, you know, just constantly, you know, pray and rely on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know, and he's, like I said, he shall never suffer the righteous to be moved, man. So, hey, at the end of the day, we're going to be delivered, man, and the tables are going to turn. All right, Esau is going to be the poor in the kingdom of heaven, you know, which truly we are rich, you know, through our faith, you know, so we are rich, you know, we got the real, you know, the elect, that is, the hopeful elect, you know, we got the real riches, the real wealth, you know, Hey, but Lord's willing, this was edifying. I just wanted to touch on that. Giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Shalom.